Hello and welcome. This is Erica Glessing, and I am the happiest medium. I am so blessed today to have an amazing guest with me. Welcome, Kim
Oh,
Yancey.
well, it's great to be here with you.
I know. And in the world of happiness, I almost don't have to do the bio. I can almost just say, I am joined by Kim Yancey.
Oh,
Right? Like Oprah, right? You just
oh,
walk in, you say, here you are,
you're
right?
awful,
Right?
awfully flattering. And everybody's saying, "Who's he? Who's he?"
So I'm going to go ahead and do the
Sorry.
bio.
Okay.
Would that be
That
better?
sounds good.
Okay.
That sounds good.
So Kim is the CEO and co-founder of Live Happy. He's leading a global movement to make our planet a much happier place. He left his wonderful position with eWomen Network, where he served as CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, and co-founder. And he has built a clothing line, a magazine. I love it. Live Happy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because why not? Really?
No,
Right.
it's the lubricant that keeps it all together. I mean, we
Right.
got to have it. Yeah.
Right. So I can't do the whole bio because I have so many questions I have to
Sure.
ask you. But he is also a gold record winning composer and producer. Were you a drummer?
I was a drummer.
Yeah.
Drummer and songwriter. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a singer with the legendary funk band Sun, which was on Soul Train. So I probably saw you.
You probably did.
When I was
Yeah.
a little one.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I'm so delighted to have Kim here, and he's just going to give us some information on how to experience happiness more fully. And I'm just going to jump right in with just the hardest question of all,
Okay.
which is what is authentic happiness?
Well, there are two kinds of happiness. There's the happiness in the moment. You lick an ice cream cone, or
Right.
you're having went to a great movie, something
Got
like
a new
that.
car.
And then there is more deeper meaning, purpose-driven happiness that for that it's stuff that is very meaningful. Your family, your marriage, those deep relationships, those where you're serving others, where you're helping others. People find that when you're engaged in serving, helping people, others, that it really illuminates your own happiness, and it's more sustainable, and it creates more lasting.
I am up here. We're on location today. Kim was one of the keynote speaker at an event. I was really moved when you showed the pictures of some of the celebrities who have just were, Amy Winehouse. Some of
Yeah.
the people who had it, they had the albums.
They had every reason to be happy,
everything,
right?
right.
I mean,
So
they had
what happened?
Well, here's the thing that science has proven, and we know this, and that is, money doesn't get it. You think it does. You can say this, oh, if only I had the money. And what they discover is we've got a world full of very, very affluent people that are also very unhappy. And you can't
The
buy
money
your way out of
doesn't
it.
do it?
Well, listen, it's
I like money though.
it's interesting. No. I mean,
Just
yeah, I mean, yeah, given a choice, right? I'd rather have it than not have it.
Okay.
So this is not about not having money.
Okay.
And by no means is this indictment against people who have lots of money,
Or fame.
who are very happy.
Right,
Okay.
right.
What we're saying is that we find that is not the rule of thumb that, oh, when I arrive at this, I'm going to be happy. When I get that new car, when I get that mansion, or I get that real special house, is that people get to the end and they realize, gosh, I have these things. The reason why I showed the celebrities was to show that they all had every reason to be happy.
Exactly.
They had, not only were they financially taken care of,
They had rocking careers.
they had adoring fans. They had a lot of people telling them how much they loved them, and it still wasn't enough because they weren't happy within.
Well, I'm going to switch it up a little bit because this is something I get asked a lot. And a lot of our audience are actually people who believe in happiness and who make choices and who get the discipline of it. And then they feel so happy, and then they go into work. And then there's Mr. Mudpuddle. And then everything gets like dimmed down. And so how do you navigate being around people who are just unhappy? What can you do to sort of change that about?
Well, first of all, you can't change them, but you can change you. And this is all about your own inner work and how you navigate through that. Because listen, all this, not any of us are going to get out of here without pain and struggles. I mean, they're going to be struggles.
True.
But misery is optional. Okay. So the key thing to remember here is that you can make a choice, and you can bring in positive emotions no matter who you're confronted with. And Viktor Frankl also discovered that when he was in prison. I mean, He was able to look out a window and see a blade of grass. And here he is confined, he's being tortured. But he could see a blade of grass, and that brought him happiness. And he focused on those things that filled up his happiness, that he could fill his mind with positive emotions that lifted him. It's always there. You just have to be willing to look for it.
Well, that was the other thing that I took from listening to you speak was you were saying it's not the end of the rainbow. You were saying it's not the pot of gold.
Yeah.
And people walk around there like, but when I get this, oh, I'm gonna feel happy. When I finish college, when I finish, when I retire, when I meet the guy, when I meet the woman, whatever. So. You were really saying, so tell me a little bit about that.
I tell you what, nothing is more tragic, when I hear a person say, when I retire, I'm going to have fun. When I'm done with this job, I am 3 years away from 30 years in, and I'm out of here. And then I'm going to live a happy life. Wait a minute. You got all of this time of not enjoying yourself and not celebrating all along the way. I mean, what I said was that happiness is not the prize at the end of the rainbow.
Right.
It is the gift from the beginning. And you can claim it right now. You just have to be willing to do the things necessary. I mean, it's not for sissies. I mean, happiness takes work.
True.
You know what I mean?
Say that.
Like anything you do.
That's one of my key things is it is a discipline.
It is a discipline.
And this means when things get thrown at you, then you have to stand in that. You have to own it.
Exactly.
It's not always easy.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about how my audience can get more engaged with the happiness movement, with Live Happy, with the work you're doing in the world, and just kind of give us some kind of how we can get involved and tell us a little bit maybe even also about what Live Happy's mission is.
Sure. Well, the mission is really to raise the happiness on the planet.
Okay.
And, we just want to take on a little task here, make our world a happier place. But you know what we want to do is also dispel the myths around happiness and also deal with the authentic side of happiness. And so we really feature, it's content. Content is what we're all about, delivering content that you can apply and make it easily accessible. So the easiest way is just go to livehappy.com. So go there. I mean, we've got a world there on every topic you can imagine as it relates to your finances, your family, your creativity, your ideas, your flourishing as a human, everything related to the impact that happiness has. And what makes it especially powerful is that everything we talk about is grounded in science, academic proof, positive psychology, studies, research. So everything our editorial team brings here, when you read it, you're getting the real deal. It isn't just, and it'd be nice if I could say, oh, this is my opinion, that's how it rolls, okay? But that's not what it is. This is about proof that we have done our research. And this is very important. I think it's very important because I think, so often there are people who have hunches, that have a feeling, have a vibe, not to say they're wrong, but to say, now it's getting validated. A lot of those hunches that you had are right. But then a lot of the myths, a lot of the work hard, study, go to school, and then you'll be happy. A lot of that's a myth. You have to unlearn some of that. So this is ushering in a whole new way. And really, to join the movement, what we call our happiness movement, is really, first step is just subscribe to the magazine. Because the minute you do that, you're getting the content, but now you're engaged in the movement because you're going to spread your happiness, you're going to spread those ideas to other people. And that's how it happens.
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Because I was a journalist for so long, they just show up. What can I do today? I just want to feel a little bit happier. What's something practical that I could just take away from this interview and say, okay, I'm going to what?
Right away, I want you to think of 3 things you're grateful for. Bring those to your consciousness right now. What am I grateful for? Not what's wrong with me, not what I wish I had, not that why did I get that promotion? Why didn't I get this? Why didn't this account close for me? No, what are 3 things you're grateful for right now? And do that every day. Wake up with that. Second thing you can do right away is think of somebody that you want to thank. Or you just want to say, you know what, you've been on my mind. And I want to take a minute and write and tell you that you're special to me. That your friendship is meaningful to me, and I really, admire you. I mean,
just communicate that thanks to someone. So you're putting ripples of just sort of like loving energy vibration, happiness energy vibration. You don't even know what that might mean to them. They may not have gotten a thank you in months.
Listen, the number one thing that we're all starved for It's more appreciation, more validation, more that you matter.
Okay, there's a third one.
Yeah. The other thing, oh, there's several. I will tell you, most people have the whole concept of exercise wrong. They do it for vanity. It's all about, okay, I want to be in a different dress. I want to, I want to be muscular.
I don't have that problem.
You know,
Sorry.
I want to bring in those belt loops. You know what I mean? Okay, so the vanity, that's our world has been built around that. Wrong reason to exercise.
Okay.
That is a nice side benefit.
Right.
You exercise because of the dopamine, the serotonin, because of the release into the brain, because you immediately impact your happiness.
Changes your chemistry.
Changes your mood.
Wonderful.
It expands your thinking. Erica, really, I think what's most important is that people understand that happiness is a choice, that it is contagious. When you have it, it's contagious. And it is an advantage to your life. It is the precursor to success. It's not the prize at the end of the rainbow, it's the gift at the beginning.
Thank you so much, Kim Yancey. This is Erica Glessing. I am the Happiest Medium. We have an amazing spirit session coming up, and who knows what that's going to be, so you'll have to come back. And thank you again for coming, and go to Live Happy. Get the magazine. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy.